Listen to this one.
So he knows I'm going to lunch.
He knows you're going to
lunch. He
lunch.
knows my vibe. He knows how I like to move, and he only sent $30.
He didn't have to send you that. You're not his child.
I'm not going to bend over backward for a man that is just sending whatever he can.
So him doing the best that he can is not good enough. Y'all so damn ungrateful.
But if I'm talking to him, next time I'm out and he says, oh, you need something for lunch, I'm going to tell him, it's okay, somebody already sent me $100.
And I would politely say, make sure you continue to get that lunch from that somebody else.
Okay. If we're being completely honest, right here, right now, we've all eaten lunch for $30.
Yes.
Let's start
100%.
Wait,
Cute little cafe spot, baby.
I'm
You
getting
get
lunch for $17.90 to Snappers and get something popping, but...
Exactly. So why are you tripping?
We're not saying that we're ungrateful.
Right.
Food is food on the table. However, you know what the standard is.
Correct.
Me in that situation, handling it with grace. Thank you so much, baby. I'm so appreciative. I'm going to still take a picture of that bill and I'm going to send it to him. Thank you for the 30. That was the tip.
So you just gonna be an appreciative asshole.
Also, men, if you know that you cannot give $30 or if it's hard for you to give, then you need to date within
Don't
your...
date. Do
You
not
can
date.
date. No, you can.
Do not date.
But date with the woman that, number
not
one,
date.
does not have that expectation. Or number two, it's in that range.
I get people have expectations, and nothing is wrong with that. But stop feeling entitled to other people's funds. If someone gives you something, just be appreciative and stop trying to belittle them. They didn't have to give you shit.
Simps, beta males, cucks, manginas, can you please stop cash apping these thoughts because you're validating their delusion? Might as well pay a professional 304, a hooker, because at least you'll get something out of it at the end. These beta wenches will use the possibility of SEX to drain your wallet. Match her energy is matching her gold-digging aspirations, and this just proves it will never be good enough for these entitled 304s. Instead of being grateful a man cash apped them for existing, they blame and shame him for not making enough money. The next time a female asks you to cash app her, just say, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize you're a prostitute." But use stronger language and move on. Find a woman that actually values your time, or go full MGTOW.
Thanks for sending me a message. Unfortunately, you're very ugly, and I will not be replying to you.
If you want to date me, keep this in mind. I'm a single mom. My time is valuable. If you want me to take time away from my children to spend with you, make sure that time is worth it. You know? Didn't expect to get emotional. Take 300. No,
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am.
This shit is so... Why can't I just be fine just the way he is? Why can't I just not fucking care?
And that's what happens when a high-value male dumps a 304. It's just another day for him. While for the thought, it's like it's the end of the world. She really thought she was going to get the bag in his house and half of his career salary. Dude played it right and moved on to the next female, because thoughts like her are a dime a dozen. What did she really think was going to happen when she demanded the man to be rich, tall, and handsome, while offering no other value to him other than her looks and used box? This is when a female finally realizes her real value in the dating market. Getting flown out isn't the same as getting the commitment from the high-value male. She learned the lesson the hard way, and she's alpha widowed for life. There will be no man she'll ever have a chance with that measures up with the one who dumped her. Top comment says, "He's not fine, he is better at hiding it." No, it's just another day for him, but with less entitlement. He's got it all: the house, car, high-paying job, and probably females who are willing to take her place. I'm pretty sure he's already smashing a new chick while she's crying. This is just massive cope from the thoughts who, like always, overvalue themselves. It's fair because after you're over him, that's when he goes through this. So when he doesn't care right now, he's going to care when you don't care. This is sorta right, and just proves with modern women, the moment you care less is the moment you win in the relationship. That's because he already moved on long before he broke up with you, and probably because you loved him much harder than him. You'll be okay, keep fighting. All these basic BITCHs have nothing else to offer, which makes it easy for men to move on. Even if he didn't have other options or another female to replace her, she was probably dead weight to him. Outside the bedroom, she was a waste of space. Peace and quiet is much better than a headache. Otherwise, most men would enjoy MGTOW. Is called exit strategy carefully planned out. He caught you completely off guard, unaware, unprepared, because mature people know how to end things. It's called he treated her accordingly, like a modern woman should be treated. Hit it and quit it. I bet she'll never cry about a good guy like this. She'll cry about not being able to find a good guy, but never over a good guy.
Get ready with me while I tell you a story about a time I cheated on my boyfriend and don't regret it. Now, I would like to preface this by saying I do not condone cheating. It's not healthy. It's not good. But I try to find, the light at the end of the tunnel in every situation. And let's just say the situation brought me back to life and made me wake up and realize that I was not happy. Now, to start this off, you should know that I was in a very, very toxic relationship for about 3.5, 4 years, and things weren't going very well. Now, where the issue started is my ex and I were preparing for Valentine's Day. And right around the time of Valentine's Day, he decides that he is going to go on a boys' trip to Scottsdale, which I was fine with. I didn't mind when he went out of town. But he lets me know the dates on it, and I start laughing. I was like, excuse me? I was like, that's over Valentine's Day. It was like, it fell over a whole weekend, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, we have plans for Valentine's Day. We had reservations to a really nice restaurant, and he was just making adverse plans to go off with boys on a boys' trip on Valentine's Day. Now, this man was slick. So what he did was he had remembered that my girlfriends had talked about going on a trip to Mexico when we had been all hanging out a few weeks ago. And he's like, oh my God, you go on a girl's trip, I'll go on a guy's trip. And in return, I'll pay for your plane ticket for you to go. And I was like, but I don't know, kind of a trip, with my girlfriends seemed like a good idea. So I agreed. Now, as I'm taking off to go to Mexico, I realize this man has only bought me an economy seat. And that's fine, don't get me wrong. But if you are a man and you mess up Valentine's Day to go on a boys' trip and you're sending your girl off somewhere else, at least get her a Delta Comfort seat. But I was, in the back in economy and it was fine. So I take off, heading off to Mexico with my girlfriends. And we get to Mexico, hanging out, having a great time. And all of a sudden, I see this guy's Instagram story that looks just like where I'm at. And it was a guy who I had met in Atlanta, out and about, but he had moved to a different state. And so we kind of kept in touch with each other, but just as friends. I met him when he had a girlfriend. He met me whenever I had a boyfriend. So the second that I see that we are literally in the same place, same location, I reach out and I was like, hey, we should all get together because everyone knew each other who was associated with this group. And let me tell you, this man, beautiful. Probably the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'll just go ahead and have to say we're going to need a part 2 because I need to continue and I'm getting hot thinking about how cute this guy is.
Notice she justified her cheating with all these qualifiers, painting herself as the victim. And here's something to remember, especially with modern women. When they voluntarily admit to doing something wrong, it's always to hide a bigger lie or a bigger wrong. She happens to be in Mexico at the same time with this guy she knew a while back, out of all the places he could have traveled or been in. And he's part of the friend group that her girlfriends are also friends with. Yeah, sure. At the very least, she coordinated with him for a revenge screw to get back at her boyfriend. Also, her ex, like most men, don't all of a sudden ignore key holidays with a woman he cares about unless if there's a good reason to. I'm willing to bet that this wasn't the first time she cheated on him with this guy because clearly she's infatuated with this Chad, and her boyfriend found out or suspected something and checked out of the relationship. This is why you don't date traveling career women, because their job gives them the perfect cover to cheat. And this is also especially why you don't allow your significant other to go on girls' trips or travel alone without you, because chances are she will cheat. If a woman really loved you, she'd be by your side all the time, not be as far away from you as possible. Let's see if anyone in the comments catches this as well. Someone points out, this is crazy because what if a guy did this exact situation? Everyone would be on his ass calling him all sorts, but it's fine for her to do this? Where? She's the so-called victim in this, even though it seems like she at least drove a man away. If she really loved him and Valentine's weekend was the only time he can hang out with his boys, she'd be more than happy that he got to spend quality time with his friends. And it wouldn't be an issue because a man doesn't need a holiday to show a woman he loved her. A thought comments, no, not the economy seat, I would be so pissed. That was perfect. Why give the first-class treatment to a bed wench? I'm pretty sure she'd still cheat on him either way. Jesus, he dodged a bullet. Finally, someone saw her for what she really is. Another good comment. You better be happy he bought your basic anything he obviously didn't want nothing to do with at that point if he didn't even want to spend Valentine's Day with you. That's how I saw it. Dude went MGTOW and had a better time with his friends than going to an uppity, expensive restaurant with this cheater. And she responds, it's always the overweight guys with no hair who have something to say. This confirms my opinion that she probably cheated on him more than once because she's a total bitch. Honestly, I'd buy a female like her a one-way plane ticket just to send her halfway around the world. Hopefully it's a Boeing airplane that crashes on an island in the middle of the Pacific.
Okay, girls, if you have a husband named Mark who is in Clearwater Beach this weekend, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he was cheating on you. So a little bit of backstory. My friend and I went to Tampa this weekend for the Bucks game. On Saturday, we spent the day in Clearwater at the beach, as you can tell by my raccoon face, because apparently I hate myself and I refuse to put sunscreen on. I'm stupid. So anyway, we're on the beach all day. And it was so funny because we're talking about how we knew we were going out that night and we wanted to meet friends. So, one for each of us and hang out and have a good night and have fun. My other friend is very into all the woo-woo stuff, and she told me that you need to be very specific when you manifest. So we probably should have been specific in that we wanted these friends to be single. So Saturday night, we got to the bar and we see these two guys. They're pretty cute, but I immediately noticed they have wedding rings on, and I don't mess around with married men. So I'm like, nope, no go. Well, the one starts making eyes at me, Mark, starts making eyes at me, and he's like, I can just tell he's going to come over and say something. So I say something to my friend. I'm like, he's about to come over here. And she's like, oh, they're really cute. Why do you seem annoyed? And I'm like, well, they have wedding rings on. And she's like, that one doesn't. I'm like, I swear he did, but okay, maybe I saw wrong. So they come over and Mark is talking to my friend, and then this other guy, I don't remember his name, we'll just call him Josh, I guess, was talking to me. And I was just like, whatever, entertaining the conversation because my friend was having fun with Mark, and I'm just like, whatever. But I thought he was married. So he starts to try to dance and kiss and whatever, and I'm like, sir, you are married. And he's laughing. He pulls up his finger. It's not actually a wedding ring. It's a keychain. I'm like, why are you wearing that? And he's like, I don't know, whatever. Men are so weird. He probably is married, and who freaking knows? Anyway, so we had a really fun time, had a great night. We were like, this is exactly what we wanted. Everything was going fine. Well, we go to leave. We have to take an Uber back to Tampa. And Josh hops in the car with us. And we're like, okay. He's like, I have to go back to Tampa too. I'm like, whatever. So I asked my friend, I'm like, hey, did you get Mark's number? You guys seemed like you were really hitting it off, whatever. And she's like, no, I didn't. And then so she starts asking Josh about Mark. And Josh is like, oh, Mark is married. He has a kid and he travels for work and this is just what he does. We were floored, actually floored, because it's just my friend asked Mark twice if he had ever been married and he said no both times. I just can't understand these men. They're lawless. They're unhinged. There's absolutely no sense of consciousness. I just can't even understand. So anyway, girls, if you have a husband who is named Mark, who is in Clearwater, allegedly for work, who knows if that's even true, lives in Ohio, allegedly, and is from Montana or Wisconsin, she can't remember which one, but your husband is shisty and apparently cheats on you often, and I'm so sorry, and you deserve so much better.
She wrote in the video description, are there any good guys left? Asking for a friend. Yeah, the good guys get overlooked for these cheaters. Check your friend zone. This just proves that women chose the top 10% males, which means many of them are sharing those males knowingly or not. Many of these females have a hunch, but they'd rather not look into it because then they'll have to be actually accountable for their actions. They rather ask for forgiveness later than ask for permission. And as long as they get a top male, who cares if they're helping him cheat? It's all these men's fault for cheating, yet no blame for bedwenches like her. These men cheat because of 304s like her who are so quick to jump into the bed with them. It's get a load shot in them and then ask questions later. And another thing, all this video is one big flex on another woman, especially the woman who was married to this cheater Mark that he wanted her over his marriage. That's all this female is doing. A massive dunk on the other thoughts disguised as being concerned. If she really was concerned about men cheating, she wouldn't give them the damn time of the day. Let's see the comments. Top comment says, every Mark that travels for work is getting questioned by their wife right now. Knowing these are modern women, it will probably make them more loyal knowing they're with someone who has options. I'm pretty sure these wives of Marks who are in traveling sales gave them the bedroom fun because of something called pre-selection. Or it gave the wives of these marks the justification to cheat, then divorce Rob. Another comment. People in the comments are so rude. Thanks for looking out for other girls. I can tell your intentions of sharing this are good. They're rude because she entertained 2 married men and let one get in the car with them, a total stranger. I wonder if they got dropped off at her girlfriend's room. He's a grown-ass man. Why share the same Uber? Finally, a man said, you shouldn't entertain men you think may be married. Watch for the red flags. Point taken. Mark being married or possibly being married actually made him more attractive to her. Had he been a regular single guy, she would have been so excited to figure Mark out. Why? Because he's pre-selected. A female co-signed Mark's SMV value by getting married to him.
Where are y'all finding these men? Where are y'all finding these men? Because, baby, I'm a single mom, and it's like 1 in a million that I'm going to find a man that wants to step up and be a stepdad for my son and care for me. Like, caring for one person is a lot, and men don't even know how to do that. Men can't even stay loyal to a woman. And I'm asking for a man to stay loyal to me and my son. That's like a rare occurrence. Like, especially for a woman that doesn't go out and, like, I don't party, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I really am just a mom. That might be a problem, but I'm vibing. Like, I love being a mom. Is that my entire personality? No. But I'm a single mom. I work from home. Like, this is the life. So I'm just trying to add a little bit of spice. I want to be loved. I want to love someone. Dating apps are just not a thing. They don't work. They don't work. Because with me, I'm not going on no date. Like, the last person I was going to go on a date with, bro, they tried to have me plan it and me pay. They were talking about, like, yeah, so you're going to cover your portion? Baby. Like, is it too much to ask for flowers and, like, a proper date? Is that just, like, dead in this society? Now, I know that my dream man probably isn't in Pennsylvania, but where are you at? And yes, like, I'm putting my faith in God and, like, praying and knowing that, like, he will bring me a man when the time is right. But, like, I'm ready. I'm ready. It's hookup culture. That's what it's about. Men just wanting to get their pee-pees wet and then dip. And honey, that's not happening. That's not happening. There's a trillion other girls that will let your pee-pee get wet. Okay? A lot of girls. I'm not that girl. I'm not. I don't got time to waste. I don't got time to waste. So, what do y'all do? What do y'all do if you don't go out and you don't party and you don't go to bars and you don't, anywhere I'm going, I'm with my son. And you gotta have balls to approach me when I'm with my son. Most men are like, probably like, oh, she's in a relationship. I'm single. Do I need to wear a freaking single neckband? I will never do that, but maybe I'm just meant to be single for a little bit. Rest of 2023, I'm supposed to be single. Like, I've been single for long enough. I'm ready for a husband. I'm ready for a husband. Like, I am too old. I'm 25, but I'm ready. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready for my husband. Send in your applications. On a serious note, though, I'm 5'11", so, like, I need a man that's, like, 6'2" or above. Like, I'm trying to have D1 babies. Okay? Anyways, alright.
What about the man that shot the load in you when you let him hit it raw? Why isn't he loyal to you? Why aren't you asking him to step up since he was allowed in your box? Also, any females that uses the words vibe or bro are for the streets. No wonder why the baby daddy ghosted her, because these females acting like rappers are annoying. And how is she a woman of God when she had SEX out of wedlock? Make it make sense. Where was God in her thoughts when she was being a 304 at the club? Why is it now when she's a single mom because she sinned? Is God going to bless her with a great man? When there's plenty of actual godly women who have kept their legs closed for a great man?
I get up and then all day I'm tired and I want to take a nap all day. I have no motivation. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to work. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to hang out with anyone. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to read a book. I don't want to even go on my phone. But also I'm bored. I don't care about...
Already at a young age, and these females are traumatized by Chad and Tyrone. Talk about broken women, and I'm willing to bet it's her fault for picking a man she's not qualified to be with, or for not doing enough to keep that man. In truth, a woman should feel like this if a man leaves her, but instead of understanding that, her body is telling her to get back with the man. She moves on. When what she should do is go back to him and tell him she would do anything for him. But that takes a lot of humility, because there's only so many attractive men to commit to. Most of these top 10% males have no incentive to settle down when they can live the playboy lifestyle, but her ego is too big, so she's going to cry for the rest of her life, like most modern women in the MGTOW reality.
As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.